Maybe movies.
Good, welcome everybody. My name is Max.
Oh, hello, my name is Sam.
And this is Maybe Movies, your one-stop shop for movie character wife swap.
Yeah, you know, actually, that's quite appropriate, actually.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again, thank you to one of our oldest supporters, Jen, for suggesting that one. And yes, again, as always, thank you for joining us again. And please, if you do enjoy what we do here, then do all the usual. Please do like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be kept apprised of new content.
Ding!
Just like that. Before we launch into this month's... It's a match-up, not a mash-up.
Yes, indeed, yes.
Last month was a mash-up.
Yes.
As always...
Oh!
The joy of segue.
Yes, indeed, yes.
Yes, having a quick look at last month's poll.
The ball.
Which was for Silence of the Lambs and Saw, which became The Silence of the Saw. Not a great one on votes, gotta admit. Total of 5 votes in total.
Oh.
So 7 including ours.
Well, that's enough to get us going, though, isn't it?
It is, and it was very one-sided, it has to be said, by a landslide 6-1. The Silence of the Saw is most definitely our 5th birthday, maybe movie mashup.
I'm glad to hear that. To be honest, it was fun.
It was a good one. It was good fun to do, yes. And again, we revealed some interesting stuff as we went along. I think a lot more than we were anticipating.
Well, we had some fun playing with things.
Playing
with toys.
Definitely. Yeah. So, as always, thank you to everyone who voted. And, of course, we will be running a poll on the 2 theoretical movies we'll be making this month. That will be going out towards the end of the month. So, I'll talk to you more about that in next week's episode. And in the meantime, Silence of the Saw will be here with a fanfare. Fantastic!
Oh.
Well, no popcorn,
No, but,
I think this...
Frightful yummies.
I think this must mean that it is the best time of the year.
Well, it's getting awfully close, isn't it?
As a lot of memes have been saying on social media, September is basically Halloween Eve.
Well, you know how I feel about it. It's Halloween every day.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Ooh, okay. Well, I'll have a look at those at the moment. What are we doing this month?
Oh.
Let's look at the mantelpiece of movies.
The mantelpiece of movies. And we have...
Well, on my side, I have Hot Fuzz.
And I have Dog Soldiers. That's a
great British mashup, or mashup, should I say.
It's a very British.
Yes. Fantastic.
Not English, British.
It is British, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So one of the finest of Edgar Wright and one of the finest of Neil Marshall.
Indeed. Well, the first of Neil Marshall.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. So I'm guessing that will give us Hot Soldiers and Dog Fuzz.
Dog Fuzz. I'm sorry, that's just Dog Fuzz.
Yep.
It has connotations,
it
doesn't it?
I don't.
So, how do we do this?
I don't know. I mean, we do know.
Yes.
We know what we're doing. We've done this before.
We have.
Yes, I suppose.
I just don't know how it works.
Well, I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Still needs a little bit of ironing out some of the niggly bits of it.
Okay.
But I know in the past there's been occasions where we've done our match-up things and then towards the end we've kind of said, oh, you can almost have, almost link them together.
Yeah.
So I suggest let's go into this one with that premise in mind, that these two films kind of happening simultaneously and are actually part of a shared universe.
We've never done a shared universe.
No.
Folks, that's new, that's exciting. I have to admit, just for that, I have to go, yes.
Fantastic.
Just for that. It's new and it's exciting and we've never done it before and I don't know how it'll work, but oh my goodness, yes, let's do it.
Brilliant. Brilliant! So what if, and again, part of my problem I haven't worked out so far, where we put the exposition dumps in the films to explain this to an audience.
I understand what you're saying, but you do understand that is the sort of thing that you could potentially relegate to a second draft. just to make your own life easier.
Yeah, no, agreed.
I'm not saying you're right or wrong because I haven't heard your exposition.
In the relevant movie, we still get the beginning with Coop doing his selection for Special Forces.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he fails in the same way he does in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Will not kill that dog for no reason.
Rather than Ryan then pulling his squad to then send off to Scotland for the events of Dog Soldiers, he cannot get permission because there is a significant financial investment in training and maintaining a squad of trained soldiers. Okay?
Right.
But if a load of civilians just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, that's a lot more excusable.
It is. But
Mm.
I'm going to put... We're talking about these people?
Yeah.
For starters, what do we mean by these people?
The guys from Hot Fuzz. They're going on a training exercise, or on a team-building training exercise in Scotland to make them a more effective police force.
Right. I may be barking up the wrong tree, but I think to head off some mitigating problems later on, let's not say it's Nick Frost, Simon Pegg. Let's say it's the entire police department.
Oh, yeah. I thought it would
So
have to be.
the Andys and Trevor and
Yes.
all of them
Yeah.
go on a training exercise.
Exactly.
Oh, very well.
And it also works as well because even though there's a couple more people, if you look at all the people from Hot Fuzz, that actually does work because they're not soldiers. We can throw a few more bodies in there because their level of training is not the same as a trained body of men.
It would only be like 2 extra bodies anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but yes, you've got a point. Yeah, you do have a point.
And because Inspector Butterman and the NWA have got Sanford so sewn up, I could see that they would theoretically leave the NWA in charge whilst they're away.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But then we could say that Captain Ryan, still wanting to get one over on Coop because of what happened in his selection, oh well, we'll send them into Sanford as training in urban policing for if they ever have to be a peacekeeping force when deployed overseas.
Yes, but urban pacification.
Yes. That's exactly the
An
term.
urban pacification exercise
Yes.
would be the perfect fit to bring the squad into that environment.
And it also fits as well because the NWA have already planned to kill all of these people.
Just have to kill a lot of people!
They think they can do it even easier if there's no police force that they have to.
Of course, because
And then
nobody knows
suddenly-
what's going on.
Yeah, and then suddenly this squad of men turns up. And fun and hilarity will ensue.
Yeah, all right. The premise is great. I like it. I'll go along with that. Absolutely, I'll buy that for $1.
Fantastic.
I'd buy that for $1.
The other question I was going to raise about this is a question of lethality. Do we keep the comedy violence from Hot Fuzz? Does that move with our characters? In which case we are getting the Edgar Wright version of the Dog Soldiers plot, and then we get a more lethal new version of Hot Fuzz? Or does the level of lethality stay relative to the base movie plot?
Well, all right, okay. I'm going to go on from an edge here, but the original premise of Dog Soldiers is they're on a training exercise. They're all firing dummies. That would allow for the lethality of Hot Fuzz, because obviously they'll upgrade at some point. But initially they'll be firing dummies.
Yes.
It's an exercise, and then having them being impotent at the beginning of the movie would pay off at the end when they finally...
Well, they have to upgrade and okay, that works for me.
I think it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I
So
see.
I think we can keep both films' lethalities the same.
Perfect. There was something that I did notice as well when we were just talking about numbers, because I made a list of how many were on each side. And there was something that I never realised before with Hot Fuzz. When the cops come and try and arrest Nicholas and Danny when they're in the pub, but the one person or the two people who are missing from that is Bill Bailey.
Oh!
He never appears. He never leaves.
No, he's only ever behind the desk.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. I hadn't noticed that.
What I also thought as well, and again, I'll mention it now, I did make a note of it, because again, if we're taking Inspector Butterman with us as well into our new film, and because he is such an integral part of the setup and the backstory to Hot Fuzz.
Well, all right, okay, hang on. Do we want to do that? I mean, I could imagine Inspector Butterman sending them off on a training exercise and staying behind to run things with the NWA.
That makes sense. Because obviously he's still the authority figure.
He's kind of the bad guy.
He is kind of the bad guy. And it also works as well because Sean Pertwee is a sergeant in this situation, subordinate to him.
Yes! Oh, that's even better.
Yes.
Oh, yes, that works.
I think that's one each there.
Yeah, have a brownie point. Yeah.
And you too, sir.
Oh, all right.
I was going to suggest that we just say that when Mrs. Butterman drove her Datsun Cherry into Sanford Gorge,
Oh, there it is.
that Tom Weaver's wife was with her. So it's a shared loss.
Oh.
But that sorts the problem out.
Yeah.
I think that works better.
No, I know what you mean.
So that gives us both Bill Baileys.
Nobody tells me nothing.
Sergeant Turner. Yeah, I think we do Dog Fuzz first because I think that's an easy one to go into. It's a much more linear and, the plot is a lot more contained.
Mm-hmm.
A Hot Fuzz I had, a bit of a late one, was Decaffeinated.
Decaffeinate. Yes, that's where I am.
You know how it is. News travels fast. Hello?
And then I had when he lets Nicholas go back to London.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was. That's exactly where I was on that one, yeah.
What did you have for Dog Soldiers?
Dog Soldiers. Basically, the second act begins when they get to the farmhouse.
Home Sweet Home. Yep, that's what I had.
My take on the beginning of Act 3 is the bit when Ryan goes monkey see, monkey do, and turns.
Okay, I think that's about the same because I put when Joe gets killed.
It's slightly after when Joe
Yeah,
gets
but
killed.
that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so we are into pre-production, probably quickly going into Act 1 for Dog Fuzz. Usual rules apply, so we have one because movie that we can enact to change some fundamental part of the setup or of the action of the film to keep running. Otherwise, we have to think our way out.
Thinking? Me?
Right. It does happen. More often than you might think. But yes, what I thought then with this, we keep the opening scene from Hot Fuzz, introducing Nicholas Angel.
All right, yeah.
Hello, Nicholas. How's it hand?
Still a bit stiff.
He's been told he's going to Sanford, Gloucestershire, but we insert a tiny little scene, probably with somebody like Martin Freeman. Oh, by the way, here's your tickets. The team are off on a training exercise. Perfect time for you to go and meet them. Train ticket straight up to Scotland.
Oh, well, we'll just skip past that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's tidy. I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's very neat.
Exactly, and he turns up with his peace lily.
Okay.
So we've got both the Andes, which means also that we get to keep the dog in both films. We've got Saxon. Who are we saying is in charge? And are we saying that it's Tom Fisher, Kevin Eldon's in charge of running the exercise?
Oh, well, you see, that would be the thing. That's where we begin. He is in charge, but we know what sort of man he is.
Exactly.
And eventually, he's going to turn, not necessarily to Nick, but he'll turn to someone, one of the Andes, or could turn to Danny and say, what would your dad say?
Yes.
That would be a callback, actually. So maybe have him, yes, well, in these circumstances, we'd, Danny, what would your dad say at a time like this? Something like that.
Yeah.
Because he likes to stroke his chin.
He does like to throw his chin a lot. We'll say that, so they're already in situ. Again, we can have him have a train ticket to get up there, or no, they're not going to pay for a police helicopter to drop him to...
No, that's too much money.
Yeah. So we can throw just a little bit in there. We get the little montage of him travelling all the way up there, gets picked up by them, and then they get driven out and dropped off in the wilderness.
In the wilderness, right, yeah.
Are we starting now? Are we assuming that we are now into Act 1?
I felt like we were into Act 1. Sorry, I wasn't even paying attention. I felt like we'd started.
Fantastic. I'm good with that. Yeah, so we can, again, throw in some banter while they're in the back of the van. What are you doing with that plant and all this kind of thing?
Tits, cock.
And, exactly. I think you're full of shit.
Well, it's what's his face. He always says what she says in one word.
I've had my top off on this layboy.
Tits.
I love a good couple at the end of the evening. Cock. That's just. Sorry, I shouldn't get this carried away. I've watched that film enough times now.
I know, so it was a bit like Silence of the Lambs last month. It was like, I don't really need to rewatch this. I could probably recite... In fact, when I was doing my notes, I was like 3 or 4 scenes ahead of where I was in the film. That's
absolutely.
that's next. Cool. So they get dumped out. We are in the wilderness. I'm imagining there will be some banter here because some of them are just going to go wandering off.
All right, can I do a thing? Because it'll be a minute.
Of course.
All right, so we have everybody turn up, and so we do it like Train Spotting.
Okay, it's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah.
You know the bit when they all turn up and it's that empty platform in the middle of nowhere?
Oh, take it.
And then we have the little conversation we were just talking about.
Cox.
Somebody will go, what should we do then? And Dan will go, pub.
I was going to say maybe one of the Andes trying to pull something out of the vending machine, acting like...
Oh, yeah, no, they could be
Yeah.
interrogating the machines and stuff
Yeah.
in the background. Like the sort of the central ones will be like, what are we going to do then? Pub?
And then they look around and it's just like, what do you call it? It's just like a tumbleweed. And
Yeah, but there'll be a little pub up on the top of the hill.
Yes,
off in the distance.
It was like walking into a lung.
They're heading for the pub, but they never get there because they just get lost in the woods.
Yeah.
That will take up a nice couple of scenes with them trying to get to the pub, getting lost in the woods. And so Tony Fisher being completely incompetent, as you say, trying to, what do you think then? And at some point, somebody will go, well, we could have a look at the map that they gave us.
Oh, that's great.
And then Nicholas is just like, oh, Jesus.
I think we have to have a moment when Nicholas takes charge.
Yes.
Which sounds like you just described it, maybe he just snatches the map out of his hand and it was upside down or something like that. He turns it around and starts to finally get where they're supposed to be going.
Would somebody have a compass?
Logically, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they were really stupid. Do we want them to be really stupid?
They're going to do something incredibly stupid.
Has anyone got a compass? No. One of the Andes takes like a bottle of beer out of his thing, and he's got one of the little flat compasses that you use like as a measure as well.
Oh, right.
He's trying to use it to open his beer.
Yeah. I ain't got one.
Oh, jeez. But yes, so from there they can orientate themselves. I suppose what are the conditions of this exercise? It's a team building exercise. It's a survival thing. They have to survive, say, 2-3 days out in the wilderness because they're not, engaged in manoeuvres. Their exit point is the other side of that valley that the team in Dog Soldiers are heading for. So that's where they have to get to. Is that too contrived?
No. I'm just having an alternative thought and I'm just trying to work out if it's going to work. I'm going to say it's more like a scavenger hunt.
Oh, okay.
So they've got to find a location, an object in a location, and return it to the local constabulary.
Oh, yeah.
To prove their reconnoitering.
Yeah. I like it.
Because at this point they're still thinking, it's still a training exercise.
Of course. So that would establish then that they've all probably got, so they'll all have flashlights?
They'll have the basics, so flashlights, compasses. Some will have a map.
Yeah. I suppose they'll have to have tents and stuff as well.
Do we need it in our timeline?
I don't think we need it in our timeline. I just think that maybe somebody has probably brought a tent because they don't want to sleep outside.
Well, then it would be Nick.
But it might not be because he probably hasn't had time to prepare for that because this is dropped on him literally as he's leaving.
Right, yeah. I don't know. I mean, we could have a thing where we have Nick bivouacking, constructing a shelter and stuff like that, and everybody else is like...
It's a shame. It's a shame it wouldn't work. It's a shame it should be Bill Bailey because then we only ever see one of him.
Yeah.
Because the other one's always in the tent.
Nobody tells me nothing.
We could even do that because they were wandering around the woods. There will be one version of Bill Bailey there, and we only ever see one.
We do want to overnight them, don't we?
Yeah.
We do want to overnight them
because it's the second night.
It is the second night. Yeah,
things
right.
kick off.
All right, then. Yes, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's have them bring tents and things, and we'll do the other thing, which is have Nick be unprepared and bivouacking.
Yeah.
With his coat that's got all of his medals on it or something like that, and he'll use that as a bivvy.
Yes. And it also works as well because we can then have that first night when they're camping around the campfire. That's when you get the equivalent of the conversation in the pub. Have you ever been stabbed?
Yeah, yes.
So we can feature all of that in there as well.
Oh yeah, that's really good. Right, okay, where are we now?
We're up to cow.
Sounds on. Fucking cow!
We're up to cow.
Cow splat.
I mean, do we want a cow splat?
That's not that.
I don't think coppers are going to go, where did that cow come from?
I can see somebody going, hey!
Meat's back on the menu, boys!
Oh no! I mean, we could play into it. Like everybody's like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Yeah.
And Nick is the only one who's going, where did that cat come from?
Yeah, and looking at the wounds and stuff and going, hang on.
And being an actual policeman.
Yes.
Let's do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. All right. Okay, let's do that. That works.
Then we get the cutaways to Ryan at his camp and blah, 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 blah.
Yes, ambush.
The next day, they don't worry about the cow. They continue on with their reconnoitre. They find the thing that, or one of the things that they're supposed to find.
Mm.
So we can have a bit of banter around that, whether they find it by accident or whatever it is they're supposed to be looking for.
Well, hey!
Yay! And then, off in a different direction, you get the flare go up.
Oh, right. Okay.
So then it's like, oh, nothing's happening, is it? We've got what we want, let's go. No. That was an emergency flare. We should go and investigate.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah, I think that works.
Which will then lead us up to the remains of the camp, finding the body parts and stuff.
This is where it gets radically different.
Yes.
So let's play into the comedy of this. So the Andes in the original film are very not negative.
Nonchalant.
They're nonchalant, dismissive. So they'll be the ones going, but where are the bodies then?
Just a terrible
There's no
accident.
bodies.
Yeah.
Where are the bodies?
It's just a terrible accident.
Yeah.
Murder, murder, murder. Change the fucking record. Thank you, Andy.
Yeah. We should have that moment there.
Yeah, because then you can do it and goes, there are body parts on the floor! Pointing at somebody. It's got to be Tony Fisher again who jumps into, because there's that scene that was cut out of Dog Soldiers. Because you know there's the bit where Terry's standing in the guts.
Uh-huh.
There's one of the deleted scenes you actually see him jump off and he lands in them. And
Oh,
looks
yeah.
down and goes, oh, Sarge! So something like that with Tony Fisher, like...
Yeah, we can have that.
And again, Nick will take charge, try and get people to grab weapons.
Armed up, yeah, go grabbing weapons.
I'm assuming then we were saying that when they came into this, they weren't given like a field radio or anything. So probably say somebody like Doris, because I think she kind of handles the radio sometimes as well. Doris, find if there's a radio, see if you can raise anybody.
It's these last couple of bits in that act.
It's this bit because
Well, this is where everything kicks off.
this is definitely where everything kicks off. They find Ryan alive, and we're coming up to the bit where we're going to lose our first person, because it's where the corporal gets killed in Hot Fucking Dog Soldiers.
Mm.
Corporal Bruce Campbell.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I got Bruce. I didn't realise it was Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, nice call.
Groovy.
So let's
So
take a
who do we
second.
take out?
Who offers the least kind of comedic value? No, that's not what I'm trying to say. Who's the most Deadwood, who we can afford to do without? Most of the others, they've all got little things about them, little idiosyncrasies that we can play up. Who would we lose the least? I mean, if we wanted to do a cop-out one, it's one of the Bill Baileys, because then we've still got a Bill Bailey.
Yeah, but we don't have the Bill Baileys, do we?
Oh, we didn't take them, did we?
Did we?
I thought we did.
Oh, we did.
I thought so.
Oh, right. Well,
I mean,
then let's leave Bill Bailey.
I mean, if we don't have to, we can leave him back as the desk sergeant for the other film.
No, that works. He can die twice.
He can die, yeah. We just have, through everything up until this point, we only ever see one of him, because he goes and gets wandering off and lost in the woods, and then comes back and it's the other one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Let's do that.
I
That
suppose-
gives us a moment in the second act where we can introduce him again and everybody goes, huh?
I think then we should lose nice Bill Bailey and keep surly Bill Bailey. He's got the more comedy mileage, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Fantastic. So, they find Ryan. There was only supposed to be one, blah, 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 blah. Nicholas is going to be having to do everything. He's going to have to try and sort of treat his wounds and stuff, try and get everybody organised.
Yeah, we could have a moment of with Nick really coming into, like, this is why he is Policeman of the Year and all those things. He does everything.
Yeah.
I like the idea of him doing everything in that scene.
Danny's a bit helpless because he's always a bit like, what's going on? So, here, look after my plant.
Well, it's not so much here, look after my plant. Here, take this gun.
Oh, yeah. You can imagine that, yeah.
Oh, no. That's the safety. Put the safety on.
I can imagine the Andes, though, at this point, as I said, as nonchalant as they are, I can see them actually stepping up for this.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Don't think they take any bollocks.
I think you're talking a load of shit. He thinks you're talking a load of shit.
But Danny will be distracted by all the big guns.
Tony Fisher's throwing up because obviously, and completely out of his depth. Bob Walker's probably going to have his hands full trying to keep Saxon under control because he's probably barking his ass off at Ryan.
We're playing into the comedy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got one of the corpses by the intestines. And he's trying to pull him back.
So this is moment
while he's pulling this bloke's guts out.
Oh, okay, yes, so he's got the guts off the floor and there's just like this string of sausages, yeah. Doris is trying to get the radio working, nothing happened, he can't raise anybody, and then,
Right, and this is where it gets tricky.
Yes.
Because obviously we ended the act later than this, but this is when we had the fallback. That's very military and it's not very police. We could cause ourselves problems here.
We have to give Ryan a bit more agency. He's very wounded in that, but from what he's seen and how these people are acting, he will probably quickly identify that the most competent one is Nicholas Angel. So he will probably say, you need to fall back.
Oh, right. So we could have a sequence of Nicholas literally shouting orders, like describing the falling back action as like, now you move back and now you do this and now you do this.
Yes.
And right, okay.
Yes.
And have them react that way?
Yeah, I think that's how we're going to have to make it work.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of like Ryan realises that he's probably the most trained out of the lot of them. So he's kind of like feeding orders to Nick to supplant what he doesn't know to get them to move.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
they start moving back. We start getting movement in the trees. Rather than nice Bill Bailey doing the rearguard action and staying behind, he just runs off.
All right, okay.
Yeah. Maybe he kind of looks back, he sees something, he sees one of the werewolves, and just and runs off.
All right, okay.
And as he's running off, runs into a tree.
Oh, right, yes. Yeah, that works.
Which comes up to the next question before we get to the end of this act, is whose guts are going to get out?
Oh, that's a hard one.
My guts are out!
If you're looking for the dynamic between the central characters, technically it should be either Nicholas or Danny.
Then it'd have to be Danny. It'd have to be. If we're playing off that same dynamic, that's who it has to be. Mm-hmm. But we'll deal with that when we get there.
We'll deal with that in Act 3, yes, absolutely. Okay. Either Danny gets lost in the fog or whatever, he finds the remains of nice Bill Bailey. Probably is a bit gung-ho, which is why he runs off, because I've got a gun! Yay! And then starts firing, nothing happens, and then and it's Nicholas that has to go back and find him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have to do it that way.
We have to do it that way.
Works. It's the only way that works with the story we're telling here.
It is. So we would have to then say, when Nicholas goes off to find Danny, that it's the Andys and that take over and have to corral the others to keep them moving.
Yeah, but they are the detectives, they are the more experienced members of the squad. It kind of makes sense.
It does, yeah. Which then leads us onto the road, into Megan's car, and Home Sweet Home, and that's the end of Act 1.
Dear, I don't know where this is going.
It's a shame. I'm actually a little bit gutted that it is Danny, because I had a perfect moment for Act 2. You know the bit when they're doing the montage of finding the weapons and Spoon finds the sword? By the power of Grayskull.
We can still have that.
We can still have that. Oh,
yeah,
cool.
we can still have that. But, we are not trapped.
No, that's
true. In fact, if anything, we have just broken the rules and we're now on something different.
Virgin territory, yes. Fantastic.
Ba 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 ba.